It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Tuesday morning. It is a good Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
In Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm feeling very bullish right now, and I'm alongside Paul Fletcher.
Good morning, Stephen.
Ryder. Wow.
Hope you find that satisfying.
Oh, man. You know what? That right there, team player, Ryder. Never. Oh, that little, that charred lion's heart of hers still hitting that button.
Dude, I was just bummed because I went to bed early and didn't get to see Ben Johnson cry when his big giant lead
That's right.
left his hands.
That's right.
I'm guessing the fourth quarter because I went to bed in the third.
Oh, what a night it was.
And I went classic Minnesota Vikings fan on it. I also went to bed around halftime with leaving a tweet that said, "It's over."
Oh, it was, yeah. I tell you what. You know what? I'm gonna step back for a moment, and then I'll gloat like an absolute animal. It is September the 9th, also known as
What?
9-9.
Oh, jeez.
I have to go German when I say 9-9.
Wow.
No, 9-9-9-9.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Just hit me. You know what? That's art as it happens, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Enjoy. Just let me cook, Ryder.
Being in the moment.
All right.
I'm
I
not sure
love
what's
it.
happening right now.
I tell you what's happening. I'm feeling Minnesota, by God. So give me some headlines, Paul Fletcher.
In northern Minnesota, a search warrant for a narcotics and firearm investigation resulted in the discovery of exotic animals at a Deer River home. In total, 2 tarantulas, a centipede, and 7 snakes were recovered from the home. Authorities say a stolen firearm, ammunition, and narcotics were seized. 2 people have been charged in the case.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Tarantulas and-
Tell me about those animals again.
Do you want me to rattle off some of the best?
Yeah, please.
How about a horned viper snake?
No.
Black mamba? Does that do anything for you?
Kind of completely deadly.
Really? Black mamba?
Vietnamese centipede, Costa Rican tarantula, reticulated python. I mean, Black Forest cobra snake.
Okay, those are all fun and games. Let's get back to the meth and firearms, just to really top off this Sunday with a cherry.
The hell, and here, how about this? The best part of this story?
Yeah?
In a sarcastic manner, it was across the street from a school.
Well, there you have it.
So it's good that they took this thing down. And by the way, Steve, I don't want you to worry about this. It's over 3 hours north. We're safe.
Dude, snakes can do their snake thing.
They sure can.
Yeah,
They
it'll
can
take a
wiggle
while.
their way down here.
Take a while.
I hate when they do that snake
And it's
thing.
warm enough out that they are not going to die when they go outside. This is coming from your reptile expert.
Comedy legends Steve Martin and Martin Short are returning to Minneapolis with their, I guess it's an acclaimed show.
Yes.
The best
Awesome.
the best of Steve Martin and Martin Short. They'll be at the Orpheum Theater on February 28th. Says here that the duo will deliver a night of sharp one-liners, playful banter, and hilarious skits, including nods to their hit series Only Murders in the Building. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go spend an evening in the company of those 2 gentlemen anytime I get the chance.
Researchers are messing around with AI systems that place real sports bets using cryptocurrency, all with the goal of understanding how the machines make decisions when facing uncertainty. The bots analyze data, strategize, and even compete against each other, which all offers insights into how AI might behave when stakes are real. But not everyone is thrilled with AI being involved in sports betting. John Sadow, a head honcho over at FanDuel, he pushed back by saying, quote, "The power to place bets should always stay in the hands of our consumers themselves, not bots, AI agents, or anything or anyone else."
Yeah, I guarantee you he's sweating it.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. We have to shut down our entire industry because robots figured out how to guess everything right?
Cracked
Not
the
good
code.
news. I need stupid humans.
But that's the fun of it.
You're looking at one. Yeah, what are you kidding?
I'm when I look in the mirror, I'm looking at one, but I don't want these fools getting in the. I understand what they're saying as to why, but I still don't understand why. We don't need it.
J.J.
Makes no
McCarthy
sense.
more higher or lower than 3.5 touchdowns? He's gonna have 4. Yeah. Hang on.
Luckily,
Where's my bank card?
Luckily, the line was 1.5.
See?
And I took the over.
Nice.
Even though I don't totally believe, I took the over.
I tell you what, man, you talked about this earlier. Anytime I hear about a new product from Apple, for the last, it's probably been almost 15 years now, at least 10 years, I think to the Bill Burr 5-minute rant after the death of Steve Jobs, which is still the funniest bit of stand-up I've seen ever since, where he just destroys the reputation of Steve Jobs. It's worth tracking down. Just going to throw that out there.
Okay.
If you want a good laugh, watch Bill Burr take on, as he called, Nerd Jesus.
Okay, two things. I will track it down and do the work for you, so this will be on our socials at some point.
It is so great.
Every time Apple comes out with a new product, I think it's just a scam to get you to buy more chargers. Because all you Apple users are screwed, and I still have a charger from at least 3 phones and 6 years ago.
By the way, that is 100% true.
Yes.
And Mr. Burr touches upon the charger problem, so you'll enjoy it.
Although lately they've had to
Great
convert
minds.
their cords, so it's not quite the dilemma that it used to be because it's not a universal, it's not a proprietary cord anymore. But they don't give you the chunk that plugs into the wall, which is a problem.
They don't give you a wall adapter?
No, they just give you the cord.
Oh, man.
But it works with previous wall adapters.
Friggin'
So there's
scam.
that. Born in St. Paul and raised, this is kind of the opposite end of where we just were. Born in St. Paul and raised by 2 proud University of Minnesota alumni, Chili Peppers drummer Chad Smith will return home this fall to launch the Chad Smith Foundation's first ever scholarship at the University of Minnesota's School of Music. This is really
Very
cool.
That's really cool.
The Curtis and Joan Smith Scholarship will provide support for aspiring young musicians across Minnesota. The scholarship will debut in a big way during homecoming weekend, Saturday, October 11th, featuring 2 signature events, a daytime fundraising luncheon, but more so, there's going to be a special halftime performance with Chad Smith and the university's Pride of Minnesota marching band during the Gophers football game against Purdue.
That is
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah,
Really
very
cool.
cool.
Well
It is.
done, Chad Smith.
Love that.
Man.
Not sure who wants to know this, but KFC announced an official line of jelly beans that taste like stuff on their menu. Mm-hmm. Chicken, fried chicken, sweet corn, and gravy.
Yeah,
Those are the
baby.
3 flavors. Anybody? Yeah. Are you in on this?
I'll try it. I'm from Kentucky. It's contractually obligated. I have to at least try these.
What were the flavors again?
Fried chicken, sweet corn, and gravy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could taste a gravy one.
Sure.
Fried chicken. If they're doing the fried chicken, do they have to disclose the herbs and spices?
No, never.
No.
Never.
There are no herbs and spices involved in a jelly bean.
But they're going to make that flavor.
As I mentioned yesterday, I saw Oasis over the weekend.
Yes.
And if you want to talk about what rock band has had more KFC than any other, it's Oasis.
Huh.
Like most
Very
Brits
cool.
of a certain age, they live for late night KFC. And those dudes would just get the buckets were flying when I was on the road with them. Here, we played St. Paul with Oasis in 2001, that
Yeah.
tour. I've never seen people more excited every single time to have more KFC. The
Interesting.
Brits love them some KFC.
So KFC is like our Taco Bell here, late night Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
run.
And by the way, when I dropped the bomb of truth on them, which is that I had actually met Colonel Harlan Sanders, make no mistake,
Yes.
I've never been taller in my life than when those British people were like, wait, I'm sorry, what?
Envy and jealousy.
7th grade soccer trip. School bus pulls into a Jerry's restaurant. Jerry's is like a Denny's
Okay.
in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And the white limousine pulls into the parking lot. And this is at a time when you did not see limousines ever in towns like Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Right.
And we're all like, right away, we're like, who's that going to be? We just assumed it was either going to be the governor,
That's
John
Colonel
Y.
Sanders.
Brown, Phyllis George's husband.
Right.
Maybe it would be Elvis Presley. The fact that he was 2 years dead
Oh.
didn't stop us from thinking maybe
Of
he's
course
still
not.
alive.
He is still alive.
Chauffeur jumps out, opens the back door to a white stretch limousine, and I kid you not, by God, Colonel Harlan Sanders steps out of the limo. Cane, bolo tie, white 3-piece suit, the whole
Let's
thing.
go.
Like he's just off of a photo shoot. And he pulled in because he saw a school bus. And he looked over and he was like, "Hello, children." And he waved. And what did we do? We all ran to him as if he was the Lord, our Savior.
Like
we
he was
didn't know what else
Santa.
to do.
Like he was Santa.
We just
Of
went,
course.
"Ah!" And everyone ran and surrounded him. And he just shook all of our hands and he just kept saying, "Hello, children. Hello, children.
Oh,
Hello,
man.
children." And then his chauffeur goes, "Okay, guys." And he put him back in the limo and they drove off.
You know what we call
It was
that?
like something you'd see on a Simpsons episode.
Brilliant marketing.
It
is
was
what that is.
incredible.
He's getting KFC users
and by the way,
future.
Look at my face. I'm still excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
It was
I don't know how you-
incredible.
I
I don't know how
can't
you couldn't
believe
be.
the reason he stopped was just to say hi to you kids.
Yeah,
That's
he didn't.
insane.
He wasn't pulling in to use the John, as they say. No,
Yeah.
he just let me go talk to the children.
Marketing. Marketing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So cool.
Brilliant.
Big
So
giant
cool.
cloud of marijuana smoke when he opened the back door. I'm
No.
kidding. No.
Come on,
that
don't
would've been
ruin it.
even
Don't ruin it.
cooler.
Come on.
Those jelly beans, you have to wait until Easter, just so you know.
Oh.
There's been a flurry of activity on the Foo Fighters socials over the weekend. Various photos of the band in a studio. It all started with a photo, though, of 6 pairs of shoes standing in a circle and the caption, Foo Fighters Assemble. Make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter for info you won't want to miss. Just saying. So now, of course, the speculation is ramping up. Are they just rehearsing with a new drummer for their tour that kicks off in October, or are they recording?
I'm sorry, 6 pairs of shoes in a photo? Is this a bachelorette party? What are we doing?
That's exactly
I
right.
mean,
Were there any pumps?
No, but there were vans.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Fermented peaches in a dumpster from a Kentucky moonshine distillery ended up getting eaten by a baby raccoon that was dangerously drunk. Good thing a nurse, Misty Combs, was nearby, and she was able to give the poor little raccoon CPR and save its life. Here's Misty talking about it.
So our health department is right beside of Kentucky Miss Moonshine. They had put some fermented peaches in their dumpster, and I guess
Holy
the 2
smokes.
baby raccoons had got into the dumpster and they were stuck. Everybody that was around was like, it's dead. I mean, it's just not going to make it. Immediately, I just started doing CPR on it. I was tickled to death that it was able to join its mom again. That poor little raccoon, I hope it stays out of the dumpster.
I only understood about 60% of that, maybe.
Okay,
Wow.
so just so we all understand something here, very
little
very quickly.
raccoon.
That woman is from Eastern Kentucky.
Okay.
I'm from Western Kentucky. The difference could not be more enormous.
Okay.
Clearly, because it sounds like you two are from 2 different planets.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, Appalachian Kentucky is its own holy land, if you will. As in, holy hell, get me out of here.
Okay, here's a real question. This
Yes.
is going to sound like I'm talking down or making fun of her, but I'm not. It's a real question. Are nurses in this area actual nurses?
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, man. Appalachia is an amazing, it's truly an amazing place full of brilliant and especially creative people. But it's just, they sound like that. I mean, she went to college.
You made it sound
She's
like
got
the
a
difference
degree.
was more than just that.
Oh,
I was
no.
just, okay,
But
all right.
then those gifted and creative and brilliant people have neighbors.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm just saying, it's a special place.
It truly is.
Yeah.
Man, that raccoon is getting after it.
Look, all I know is when you take a bunch of Scottish and Irish and English people and move them over there,
Holy
and
smokes.
they go into what's called a holler, a valley in the middle of dense forest, and they go, well, let's live here. It's going to go sideways, right? Let's go right here. I'm tired. I can't go any further. And then 200 years later, it talks like that. It just,
man.
things happen.
Wow.
It gets a little
Yeah.
squirrely.
It went sideways a little.
Or it gets a little raccoony,
Yeah,
if you will.
I'm
Yeah.
making the connections right now.
Whew, baby. May I remind all of you that J.J. McCarthy at the University of Michigan went 27-1 as a starter. His only loss was the national semifinal game in an astonishing upset to TCU. Every intangible you want your quarterback to have, that's been on display for 3 years with this kid. The Chicago Bears are not the Eagles. I know it's not the Bills, but on the road for your first start against a division rival on Monday night, baby. He's the first quarterback since, let's see, first quarterback in his first ever start to have accounted for 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter of his NFL debut since ever.
Oh,
Wow.
It's never
Good for
been
him.
done. Never. The last time a quarterback had a fourth quarter comeback of over 10 points in his first ever start was Steve Young in 1995.
Wow.
So
Damn.
suck it, Chicago.
Wow.
Have fun with Caleb Williams as he's spray painting graffiti offense all over the field for the next 2 years before you admit that he's a bust. J.J. McCarthy is the deal. And yes, it took a half to get going. The offensive line didn't know the game started at 7:15. We ran, 19 plays in the whole first half or something?
Yeah.
They were
Brutal.
terrible, but
Yeah.
it turned around. Oh, man, we got to get Christian Darrisaw back. But in the fourth quarter, when it mattered, let's just sit back and listen. Let's let the dulcet tones of winning football wash over us.
They're down and 5. Good protection over the middle. It's caught for a touchdown.
Sure it was. But he wasn't done. No.
McCarthy. Pass is caught. Spinning grab by Aaron Jones. And somehow, some way, the Minnesota Vikings are on top.
Because J.J. McCarthy's the quarterback. And then he said, you know what? I'm sick of throwing balls into the end zone.
Thielen in motion. McCarthy keeps. He's got it. And forces his way into the end zone. Touchdown.
All right, look, it's only one win. But let's take one day to fully enjoy it and celebrate. I'm not saying we need to lose our minds on Friday. But for Tuesday, are you kidding me? What else do you need to see? All right, one last thing. Since he started his first high school football game, he's 64-3.
Oh.
Wow.
What's the NFL all about?
Man.
Winning.
Wow.
Yeah, 64-3 as a starting quarterback. And I've been biting my tongue and I've just been sitting back, but I have said this, my son will bore you with the details. For a year I've been like, what is everybody missing? This is all of the stuff he needs to work on are the things you can work on. Caleb Williams, you can't fix that. Too much talent. He spent his whole career being better than everyone, so he doesn't know how to simply play football.
Sure.
It's an embarrassment of riches, this team right now.
Wow.
Get the offensive line back, get the defense in place, and I have been granted exemption from the Jinx protocols under the provisions of the Guacamole Act of 1917. I'm allowed to say all this stuff. I know that you native Minnesotans can't. I can. This is the beginning of a beautiful, bountiful season or 12 of Vikings football.
I will continue to have hope, as I always have.
Attaboy.
But I will have the wall up. The wall is up.
All right,
and it's
that's
going to
fine.
stay there. They can chip away at the wall.
I
Here's the
understand.
problem, is that every time that I let the wall get chipped away,
I know
I get kicked in the face.
You're an East Berliner. I understand it. I totally get the trauma of that wall being up there, but it's coming down. Mr. McCarthy, tear down that wall. All right, Lilydale. What's up? You're up on my hit list. Lilydale, glad to have you with us this morning.
Hey, Lilydale.
Come on. Woo!
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Thank you, David Byrne. Thank you, Talking Heads.
Yes.
That always works for me.
David Byrne in town in November for 2 days.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, the 3rd and the 4th.
He's getting married. How lovely is that?
Oh, good for him.
Go figure. Yeah, somebody was, I saw a post where he's getting married and of course it was like, oh my God, I never thought he'd be a cradle robber because he's 18 years older than his bride-to-be, who she's like 56.
Yeah.
It's
I
okay.
mean-
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
fine.
there is what is the line? What is the line if there's a 20-year age gap? Is it 30 to 50 not weird, or is that still a little odd? Or is it 40 to 60, or is it no one's business and who cares?
The rule on dating is half your age plus 7.
Oh, is that's I
Yeah.
never heard that rule.
Yeah.
It's
so-
like Celsius
no
to
clue.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, something like that. So cut your age in half, add 7 to it. After that, all the weirdness is gone.
Okay, hold on. So if I decide to
I'm
date
screwed.
right now, I can 37. I
Yes.
can someone who's wow.
Yeah.
That's funny. If I met a 37-year-old, I'd be like, nah, come back to me in 10 years. You don't know anything.
I'm in a 13-year gap marriage. So,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's
So-
significantly younger than I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
13. And you're celebrating this week 15.
Yeah.
You're exempt from whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
You've proven the test of time
Correct.
there.
Yep, correct.
Ryder, you're 21 years older than Mr. Ryder. Is that true? Is that what you said? Wow.
Wow.
Well, it's
See
fine.
that
In
coming.
that direction, it's no big deal. Hey, so I mentioned car sickness before the Talking Heads. I was a car sick kid.
No.
All the family trips, man, I would just be like, at some point, 6-7 hours in, it'd be like, oh no.
Yeah, wow.
I imagine you just had to power through it because you were kid number 8 and nobody cared anymore.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The whole thing
Yeah.
would be, I would hear, well, take the pillowcase off that pillow and use that to throw up into. We're not stopping the car.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Not even out the window?
No.
Were you not lucky enough to be able to sit in a window seat, I'm guessing?
A window seat in a station wagon as the youngest of 8? But, well, yeah, please. Dare I dream?
And even if you do throw up out the window, you're going to get it all over the paint.
Thank you.
Not his
That's right.
problem.
It's I spent a lot of time up front sitting between my two parents.
Ooh.
Which is a mixed blessing. Got a good view, but my dad's elbow is right there, and if I bump him too many times, he's going to get annoyed.
Yeah.
He's got to keep his eyes focused on that Pennsylvania Turnpike, baby.
That's right.
But all we ever needed was some music from the future, and I would have been fine, because apparently a new study finds music can alleviate car sickness, but particularly gentle, joyful, cheerful music, like the Lion King's Hakuna Matata.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, for crying out loud. I guess for little kids. Okay, you know what? We had a Winnie the Pooh cassette that I'd put on, and it would put Connell to sleep in the car.
Well, that's
It wasn't really a car
Yeah.
sickness thing. Another song, Happy by Pharrell. Or Pharrell. I see, because I go
It
back
looks
to
like Pharrell.
I know. I always say that. I
He
know
sings
it's
like
Pharrell.
he is Pharrell.
And by the way, I mentioned that whole Maggie Rogers thing the other day, where he discovered he heard her song and got her career going by saying "You're great."
Sure.
And I was like, Pharrell, and the guy goes, "You mean Pharrell?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what is that with me?" I still say window and mirror backwards too. I can't get that guy's name straight to save my life.
I could deal with Hakuna Matata. We went through a massive Disney phase in our family, and that's all we listened to in the car. Pharrell, Happy.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Are you through that phase now?
Oh,
Your
yeah, we're
kids
through it now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
We're 12. Yeah, we're 12 and 9 now.
All right.
We're on to pop music. It's not much better.
Okay, fair enough.
A lot of it, anyway.
You ever get car sick as a kid? Was that a problem for you, Ryder?
No.
No?
Yeah, I'm a great passenger.
Oh, I mean, it's funny because I shook it off after a drive from, I was probably 7 or 8, and it was a trip where my dad didn't go. And I found out, oh, my God, when he's not in the car, this is way less stressful for me.
Imagine that.
And we returned home, and this was a Detroit to Baltimore a Baltimore to Detroit round trip to see the family back to Baltimore when I'm, again, early 70s. I'm 7 or 8. And we were probably an hour away from home on the return trip without a single car sickness episode to Detroit. Then we're almost back, 9 hours into a 10-hour drive, and I'm like, I think I'm going to be sick. And my mom did pull over, and I got sick.
Okay.
And it was over. And I very, very happily told my dad when I said, Dad, I only got sick one time, and it was on the return trip. And he looked at me and in that incredibly supportive, loving way said, one time's too many. And that was it. And it was a rock moment. And then I went to sleep and wondered why I couldn't keep my dinner down. Okay. Hey, listen, we've lost a lot of rock stars lately.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, just look at the ledger. There's a lot more we're going to be losing. A lot of our original icons are getting up there.
Time is ticking, unfortunately.
And so I'm sure some of them are thinking, well, what am I going to put on my headstone? Now, we don't know what Ozzy's tombstone will ultimately say. I don't think there's been a huge stone put in place yet.
Okay.
I think they said there's aerial shots, but nobody's gotten up close and personal with it except the family.
So if there is one, we haven't seen it yet. Sometimes it takes a while to get that thing in place, I'm saying. And I would imagine it's going to be pretty big. It's not like it's going to be get one on Amazon. No, there's going to be a bit of an ornate thing. But Ozzy did say many, many years ago, he imagined what his inscription would say.
Oh, really?
Ozzy Osbourne, born 1948, died whenever he bit the head off a bat. If not his inscription, he at least knew that all the obits would say that. And they did, pretty much.
That checks out.
That's exactly right. But there are some that we can share with you. I'm going to read a couple of these. You guys, let's see if anybody can guess what any of these are. Okay? I'm going to start with, I might just say, as good as it can be, because it's simple and to the point.
Okay.
6 words. Born to lose, lived to win. It's kind of a strong statement right there. Born to lose, but screw that. I live to win.
Oh, my God.
Ryder's going to kill you if you don't get it.
Oh.
Is it Lemmy?
It is Lemmy Kilmister. Wow.
You know what? I was going to guess Lemmy as well when you said when you said Ryder, that was the clue.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
But isn't that great? Born to lose, live to win. Yeah.
Yes.
I was even thinking, I forgot we're on rock stars. I was thinking athletes, because that sounds like something an athlete would say, too. Or a mindset, anyway.
Love that one.
Yeah, it's
so
great.
Much.
That's so good.
Here's another one. This is simply, this is all it says. An inspiration for all young people.
What?
Mr. Rogers?
It's an odd one. Well,
Rogers.
so just another tip. It's a guy who went way too early in his youth as he was ascending. Freak accident. I'll just get right to it. Randy Rhoads. The great guitarist with Ozzy.
Phenomenal.
Crazy freak little plane accident they had.
Yeah.
Inspiration for because he liked trains. What's the deal?
I guess because he was, what was he? 20? He was 25 or 24 when he died. He was still a kid.
He was a kid. Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Here's. Well, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on that one because I really like that one too much. Okay. This one, if you know the man's catalog, you might get lucky on this one. Simply says "The Man on the Silver Mountain."
Oh, horns up for Dio.
There you go. Horns up for Dio. Very
nice work.
Yes.
Good job.
Very nice. Let's see. Here's another one, and then we'll. Voice of our generation, and an artist for all time, beloved husband and father.
Not Lennon. Not John Lennon.
Not John Lennon.
Kurt Cobain.
Not Kurt Cobain, but
nobody's putting. I'm sorry, Courtney Love is not putting beloved husband and father.
That's exactly right.
On his tombstone.
Nobody's.
He's got to have some lyrics. Probably something from Dumb, maybe.
You could be.
That's exactly why I feel like that would have been Kurt Cobain, is because Courtney would have done that just to. Oh, we're gonna just do this the proper way.
Kurt, there's no tombstone. He was cremated. His ashes were scattered. There's a statue back in Olympia, Washington, or wherever he's from. Aberdeen. Yep. Whatever.
Sorry.
No. I know. I knew it was like, as soon as I said that, I was like, that doesn't sound right. But Cobain adjacent, voice of our generation, artist for all time, beloved husband and father, Chris Cornell. Who I believe is buried at the Hollywood, like the celebrity cemetery. What is it
really?
called? I think Cornell it's in L.A. Yeah.
Wow.
Which is an odd one.
Yeah, I thought he would have gone to Seattle.
Hollywood
for sure.
Forever. That cemetery. Yeah, pretty sure that's what it is.
Interesting.
Prince's tombstone says, "Look at me, don't look at me." I'm making that up. He was cremated. There's not a tombstone. Sorry, but it would be something like that.
That sounds right, though.
Man.
Yeah.
How about some pancakes?
What you looking at?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about rock stars' tombstone inscriptions. Some of these. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple more, and then I'll tell you my favorite one. Don't ever think it's not a good time if you do think it's not a good time. A good time is a good time. A bad time is a bad time. And a wonderful time is irreplaceable. Hell yeah.
I have a headache.
That's an inscription.
What? Do it one more time.
Don't ever think it's not a good time if you do think it's not a good time. A good time is a good time. A bad time is a bad time. And a wonderful time is irreplaceable. Hell yeah.
Tiny Tim?
Vinnie
I don't know.
Paul.
Oh.
Vinnie Paul.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Dime's brother.
He was in a band called Hell Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas Dimebag Darrell's his inscription, he came to rock and roll like no other. With a heart twice the size of Texas, our beloved brother, companion, mentor, idol, and friend. We love you, Dime, until we meet again. Okay. That's kind of nice.
Sentimental.
Yeah.
Here's my
Straight
favorite.
to the point.
Here's my favorite. It's because it goes for the group. It's the group hug, if you will.
Okay.
And you can tell me if you have any idea whose inscription says, "If a man can tell he's been successful in his life by having great friends, then I have been very successful."
Joe Strummer.
Nice guess. No, not the answer.
Crap.
Eddie Van Halen.
No, that would be Johnny Ramone.
Really?
Come on, Johnny Ramone.
Johnny Ramone.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
all right.
nice.
That's a good one.
The man can tell he's been successful in his life by having great friends, and I have been very successful. Well, then, all right, brother, you won the game.
That's as good as it gets. That's what it's all about, this whole
It's
trip.
all about knowing where
Good
the finish
for
line
him.
actually is. And apparently he knew where it was and finished early and
I'm
then stayed
guessing-
around and hung out with some great friends.
He didn't write the lyrics for "Beat on the Brat, Beat on the Brat,
I
Beat
guess
on the
not.
Brat" with the baseball bat.
No, but
No?
but he was the perfect delivery system.
For sure.
He certainly was.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It's possible to be suffering from an affliction and have a cold, a bug, or something, and not even really know it. The first time, I've had COVID a few times, and the first time I got it, I had no idea. I was like, no symptoms, tested positive. I was like, that's really weird.
Yeah.
And then I made up for it by being sick as hell the next time I got it.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, things happen.
Yeah.
Took our daughter to the wellness checkup when she turned 3, and the doctor looked in her ear and said, "Honey, does your ear hurt?" And she was like, "Yes." She's like, she looked at her, she goes, "She's got a pretty bad ear infection." We're like, "What?" Stoic little child, never said a word.
That's the classic kid move. They just don't complain about stuff like that.
It's just what it is. Sometimes you just I had no idea that was happening. Sometimes you go out to a festival in the desert, like, say, the Burning Man Festival.
Right.
Historic, legendary place where people go out to the middle of nowhere and usually sandstorms erupt.
Yes.
And then bad drugs are disseminated and people get too much to drink, and then there's hydration issues. And every year we watch the news and go, why would anyone do that?
Stop going to Burning Man.
No.
I mean, there was a time when I guess it made sense, a bunch of tech bros and hippies all somehow found something to agree on, but now it's just gotten weirder and weirder and weirder. And anyway, back to the whole, hey, I didn't know that was going to happen. Here's a little audio. A woman went to Burning Man this year, and she was having so much fun, she dropped out a baby.
What?
This baby makes me an aunt. Very, very, very surprising. My brother and his wife, Kayla, this was their first time to Burning Man. Kayla woke up, wasn't feeling great. My brother, Casey, ran out and said, "I need help." Within minutes, they had an OBGYN in his underwear helping. They had so many of the right people so close. There were no signs of pregnancy. We were at the lake the weekend before. She was in a swimming suit. She did not look pregnant.
So this is the aunt's recap of what went down.
35 weeks pregnant, and it's what's called a cryptic pregnancy, which is the woman in question had no idea she was pregnant. 35 weeks is
how?
That's not what they call early term. That's pushing it. That's getting towards the end.
Remind me what standard is. Is it 40 or
40.
50? It's 40?
40.
Okay.
40s, yeah.
All right. So you're damn close there. You're definitely into third trimester.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holy
Yeah, it's
smokes.
and she again, as you just heard, she just was like that day, I don't feel right. Had no idea. Now the baby does grow pretty substantially in the final weeks of the as does the mom.
Sure.
I looked it up because I was curious. 0.5 pound a week in the final weeks of pregnancy. So it's very,
That's like a burrito.
That's
right.
Jeez.
Sure. 0.5 pound a week. Sure. Yeah.
I'm laughing because we had a little swaddling blanket that looked like a tortilla, so we'd wrap the kids and they look like little
That's
burritos.
what they look like. Yeah, 100%.
It's pretty great.
You know what? This makes a little bit of sense because I'm like, how do you not know? I don't have the apparatus. I'm not a woman. I don't know. Maybe you could do, but I've also seen normally at 35 weeks, women are like, okay, over this. Can we get this? You know what I mean? They're bloated and they feel. But you know what? This child came out 3 pounds 9 ounces. I guess I could kind of see. It's kind of a miracle that she didn't know. B, she's at Burning Man, and this thing comes out 3 pounds 9 ounces and survives.
I do know a lot of there's several reasons you see this can happen, and one of them is denial. Now, this woman clearly was not in denial; she really didn't know. But I know a woman who realized she was pregnant and just thought, "I'm just going to ignore this," and she knew, but she didn't show at all until 7.5 months. It's like her body was in sync with her being like, I'm just going to hope this doesn't really happen or whatever. And she was younger at the time. She was, like a senior in high school type of vibe.
That's crazy.
It was a friend's sister. And when she finally came clean, her in 3 days, her body just went, burp, here it is. And she was suddenly very pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not making that up. That's
No.
freaky.
That's
back
wild.
to Kentucky where we've already discussed. It's a little different down there, but I did see that happen.
Parallel universe.
The brain's a very powerful thing.
Correct.
Of all of the things to happen at a Burning Man, at any festival, I should say, but something like that. Seriously, I don't know. I'm feeling a little nauseous, man. I think it's
I'm gonna have a baby.
It's back to that burrito again. I probably shouldn't have had the second bite, and then all of a sudden you're having a child. Wow.
Well, and then there's an OBGYN in underwear that's there to help.
I was just gonna mention, is that a red flag for doctors for you? If your doctor goes to Burning Man, are you like, maybe I should start looking around for somebody new?
This is like the old Groucho Marx thing. I shot an elephant in my pajamas. What he was doing in my pajamas, I'll never know. Because when I heard that quote, I was like, wait, I'm sorry, who? Someone's in their underwear? Someone's going into her underwear? I was confused by what that meant.
I'm assuming that the OBGYN was wearing underwear. We're at Burning Man after all. But you know what? Maybe you do want that as your OBGYN. That's a very enlightened person.
I got to think of all the things you can be surprised to find out you have. I guess the winning Powerball ticket is probably a little. I mean, but no. Actually, surprisingly pregnant is more of a like you got to be kidding
me. A life-changing thing. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much a life-changing thing.
Yeah, very similar to a Powerball, just different.
But at least she was in the desert.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
That's kind of rough. Crazy birth stories. If you got one, feel free to share it. 651-989-ROCK. We're talking about a woman at Burning Man Festival who delivered a baby in the 35th week of pregnancy. That was news to her. She had no idea she was pregnant until baby showed up. It's funny. I have a friend who I've told this story. They knew they were pregnant, but their crazy birth story was simply racing to the hospital at 3 a.m. in the Irish countryside on a pitch black winter night.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, pull over, pull over, pull over. And they pulled over, and he delivered his daughter, wife laying in the backseat of a Volvo wagon.
Real
and she's
quick.
like, here comes the baby, and bang, there it was.
Sounds like a
Are
rom-com.
they Irish? Did they live there?
They are. He's American. She's German, but they lived in Ireland.
Okay.
So they did live there.
They did live there.
They were at
that's
home.
A good start.
They were at home, and they had a plan for whenever, when she goes into labor, but she was very pregnant. And she had gone to the neighbors, like she was walking a lot, late-term pregnancy, just doing a lot of moving. And she went to a neighbor's house that night, and the neighbor is like a mile away, farms. And she basically called and said, "Hey, I'm feeling like I might." This is her second pregnancy. I might be in labor. So they had a plan in place because they already had a toddler at home. So they called the other neighbor, came over to take care of the kid.
Yeah.
He went and picked up his wife. And it's like a 30-mile drive to the hospital through the middle of nowhere.
No streetlights.
Two-lane road.
No
streetlights at all.
Yeah.
And so by the time he got her loaded into the car, it's pitch black. It's like January.
Yeah.
And they're driving, and he had called the hospital and said, my wife is absolutely in labor. She says it's moving quickly. And they were like, all right, we'll send the ambulance to you. Meet us on the way. So he's driving down a road knowing, within a few miles, an ambulance will come towards us, and then we'll make the transfer, and then she'll be... And before they ever saw a flashing light or heard a siren, they'd already delivered their own child. And when the ambulance guys all got there, he's just... they're in the back seat, and, of course, he said, we had to have the car professionally cleaned. You can't imagine.
I can.
That's all I would say there. But the paramedics got... The ambulance pulled up, and he's like, we're here. The baby's here. And these guys are like, oh, great job. I can't believe it. They're all excited.
Yeah.
And they take her and the baby, and they're going to put them in the ambulance to make, stabilize everyone's cool, get her to the hospital. And the baby was like 20 minutes old when the paramedics got there. And they're like, well, what'd you have? And Tomo, my buddy, and his wife both went, oh, we forgot to look. They had a little blanket.
They're too busy.
Baby was there. She's holding the baby. They're all good.
They had a couple things going on.
Yeah. Oh, that little baby, Rue. She just turned 18. What a lovely little girl she is. That's great.
Good stuff. That is.
And then I also had the story of a guy I was working with whose wife delivered a baby. She knew she was pregnant. She just didn't tell him, and he never picked up on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like straight up, we're going out. We're having a good time. We're at let's just call it a record release party for a young rock band.
Sure.
Okay.
And one thing leads to another, and suddenly she's in the hospital, and he's like, oh my God, what's wrong? And you're a dad. He's like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, she delivered the baby. Everything's good. And he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, what? Yeah.
He had no idea.
He had no idea. She just hadn't mentioned it. These were not the brightest bulbs on the tree.
Wait.
Just
Clearly.
gonna say that out
Clearly.
front.
Was she doing all the, and this was a different time, so it's fine if the answer is no, but was she doing all the pregnancy things, like not smoking and not drinking, and she knew but didn't tell him
Giving
just
the
to see if
signs?
he would notice?
No.
Or she didn't know either?
She knew, she just carried on living life.
Okay.
Wow.
It was a wild time.
That's one way to do it.
It's like we tell the kids, the late 80s were lit, y'all.
Yeah. For sure they were.
Just saying, let's get to it. It's time to play a game. We got tickets to TAP 2025 on the table if you're a big fan of beer.
Craft beers this Saturday, Shakopee. Ryder, I hope she's getting paid because she has to hang out with me. So...
I mean, I never say no to a free beer.
That a girl.
That's the truth. So,
right.
yeah, it should be a blast. I'm excited.
I join you guys. I got family business in Detroit, so can't make it. Sorry.
Likely
it's one of those
excuse.
things. I mean, listen, it's just one of those things that happens. I got, the Michigan Gormans, they used to call us.
It happens. You saw
true.
this event announced, and you're like, I need to find something to do that weekend.
No, trust me. When you say there's a beer festival going on, I'm generally kind of like, hey, that's ringing my bell.
Right.
I want to talk to the Michigan Gormans about the Lions season, so my heart just sank a little bit.
Wow.
But still, beer is going to win.
Yeah, beer is always
right.
going to win. Beer for the win. So let's play a game of WTF, Wisconsin, Texas, Florida. So here's the deal. Paul's going to play us some audio clips of 3 stories from the news. We will try to determine if these happened in either Wisconsin, Texas, or Florida. WTF. And then we will invite you to call in, and the first contestant to do so with the right answers is picking up some tickets. So let's get to it, shall we?
It is important to distinguish that they may not be all from... It may not be one of each. It could, but it won't be outside of Wisconsin, Texas, or Florida. But it could be multiples of any of them. All right. So
Yes, sir.
Let's start with number 1. This is a shark thief. He stole a shark from an aquarium and then a different kind of shark.
Remember that story about a live shark being stolen from a local aquarium? It's kind of hard to forget that one. Well, now it seems the man who's arrested in that case made headlines, hasn't exactly been living a quiet life.
Yeah, as our Katrina Weber shows us, he is now accused in an entire string of thefts in and beyond.
You may not remember his name, but this video makes it tough to forget what 45-year-old Anton Shannon was accused of doing back in 2018, taking a live shark from the aquarium and wheeling it away in a stroller.
The best way to describe him is probably a career criminal.
County Sheriff says he believes Shannon was behind a recent rash of thefts there. When I looked more into Shannon's criminal history here, started to notice a common theme. The suspected shark thief is also accused of shoplifting a shark vacuum from this Northside Walmart. Still, nothing seems to stand out like the shark theft.
You don't hear a bunch of criminals who steal sharks.
What Guerra says he doesn't want to hear about is anyone stealing in his county again.
Ever. So there you go. The shark thief. He stole a live shark from an aquarium and a shark vacuum from a Walmart.
I like it.
I mean, those things are fancy. I'd think about stealing one, too. The shark vacuum, not the live shark.
They're not as fancy as they used to be. We have one, and it wasn't that expensive. It's just a vacuum, really. I hate to say it. I'd love to say it's super fancy, but it gets the job done.
Big Don Rickles fan. He used to watch the show CPO Sharky all the time as a kid.
All right.
Oh, man. Okay.
Number 2. This one is a little unorthodox, the way it's presented, all right? So I want to explain. I want to set it up quickly. You're going to hear the story of a lady in a hot dog costume who TP'd her neighbor's car. But you're going to hear a news story read first, then body cam audio of the person whose car was TP'd, and then you'll hear from the TPing drunk hot dog lady herself. Here you go.
On August 18th, 2025, a peculiar incident drew both attention and eyebrow-raising headlines when 48-year-old Marsha Lynn Morgan was arrested. And not for what you'd typically expect. Clad in a hot dog costume, Morgan reportedly became upset after a neighbor parked too close to her yard on the 6,400 block of 23rd Terrace. According to police, she proceeded to lean against the vehicle, rip apart toilet paper, and drape it all over the car.
That's earlier, before you called. She was out here for 30 minutes or so. There. She's literally dressed up in a hot dog outfit.
Okay.
The outfit. She took it off. She went back to the back and took it off.
And that's her yapping in the background.
That's why I said you're not going to believe me if it's a hot dog outfit.
But I did.
Stop.
I asked for help. This is what I get. This is what I get. I live here.
You don't have anything anywhere else?
No. Oh my God. I have a bachelor's degree. I'm an intelligent person. I'm a mom of 3 kids, and I'm a grandmother. No, I will not. I want a lawyer.
You can have a lawyer when you get to jail. Lean back for a
You heard me. I have videos.
Can you lean back for
No, I have videos. You don't want to hear it. I have videos.
Okay.
He wins. He wins. He wins.
Oh, man. When you put on the hot dog costume, I feel like the drunk crying should stop.
You can take the woman out of the hot dog costume, but you can't take the hot dog out of the woman.
That is correct.
Yes.
Man.
She has videos. She didn't show a single video, but she has them, she says. All right, last but not least, a drunk driver causes a 4-car accident, decides the best solution is to enter a nearby gas station and buy more booze. And one of the people
facing felony drunk driving charges, accused of causing a crash and then chugging a canned cocktail as police arrived.
Nick Bull reports one of the crash victims shot the stunning aftermath on her phone.
So why are you trying to buy more alcohol after you done hit my car?
Police responded to the 4-car crash when a red truck plowed into a white SUV, causing a chain reaction crash. Prosecutors say the drunk driver who caused the crash rushed into the nearby gas station and grabbed a canned cocktail as one of the victims took video.
Can you not serve her reason a 4-car accident outside your thing?
You can't drink that in here.
The cops are outside already. You still?
In the video, the victim is seen trying to stop the woman, grabbing her arm, but the woman shouts at her.
Let my arm go.
The woman stumbles outside, with the victim shooting on her cell phone the whole time, even as police and fire trucks arrive.
A fire truck?
Police arrive and try to talk with the woman, identified as 55-year-old Michelle Miller. But Miller walks away, stumbling into a patch of grass.
Passed out.
After Miller collapsed in the grass here, she was treated for minor injuries and arrested. No one was seriously injured in the crash. Nick Bohr, 12 News.
All right, then.
Man.
It makes the whole thing pretty hilarious knowing that nobody was seriously injured, because it's just, I mean, the video's stunning. The victim is filming her the entire time. She walks in there, she tries to pay, guy wouldn't take her money, cracks the can, just chugs it, and then smashes it on the ground like she was smashing a spike in a football.
That's like a Will Ferrell scene.
I mean, absolute insanity.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
that's a good little list then. So we got the shark thief.
Yes.
Yep.
We got the lady dressed as a hot dog, TP in a car, and then we got a drunk driver going ape wild, as
Spiking
they say.
that White Claw.
Man.
Oh, okay.
No question. All right, so we have got a caller locked in and loaded who has the answers. I believe Taylor in Eden Prairie. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning.
All right, so it looks like you know what's going on. Let's see if Ryder and I have a clue here. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in.
Good.
The shark thief, for no reason whatsoever, I'm just going to say Texas. I just thought, why not?
This one feels very Tony Montana to me, like definitely a drug dealer trying to show off, so I'm going to go with Florida.
All right.
Hey, Taylor, can you tell him the real answer?
That would be Texas.
Oh, there's one for Steve.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right,
Nice,
well done.
nice work.
Well done.
I feel like did you know about that story? Is that the
No.
All right.
Like I said, I just threw a dart in a dark room and it hit the bullseye.
Fair enough. All right, let's see what we can get to number 2. You got the hot dog lady, TP in a car in a hot dog costume. Steve, what do you got?
Hot dog lady, only because the one time I saw and sat in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile was in the state of Florida, so therefore I'm going to say Florida.
Okay, fair enough. Ryder?
Yeah, I'm also going with Florida. You mentioned the parking situation. Everything's bigger in Texas. There's plenty of space to park there, and I've been to Wisconsin, and parking is not at a premium in Wisconsin. There's plenty of it going on, so got to be tough to park in Florida.
Okay, Taylor, either this round is going to be all happy or all sad. What do you got?
All happy. It's Florida.
All right.
Okay, all right. Steve's still ahead.
You guys.
All right,
cracking the code. All right, last but not least, a drunk driver causes a 4-car accident, walks away to a gas station, buys and guzzles a large can of adult soda, if you will.
Just my knowledge of the upper Midwest tells me nobody drinks like a Scotty, so I'm just going to say Wisconsin.
Yes, I also smell a quick trip here, so I'm going with Wisconsin.
Man, Taylor?
Definitely Wisconsin.
Go!
All right, Steve. There you go.
God, you 3 for 3,
Yeah.
Ryder 2 for 3. I got to make it harder going forward. Holy smokes.
More importantly, Taylor 3 for 3.
Yes,
so
Taylor.
you got TAP 2025 tickets, Taylor. Well done.
Thank you.
We'll see you on Saturday, all right?
Hang on.
Sounds good. Sit right there, Taylor. Good to have you calling in and winning the
work.
tickets.
Good
right
work,
on.
you two. Man.
It's good to have a plan for the weekend.
It's impressive.
Yes, it is.
All right,
and
fair
it's
enough.
only Tuesday.
I know. It's a beautiful thing.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right right back. 92KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92KQRS.
Gorman in the Morning, Minnesota's 92KQRS. All right, here's your last word.
All right.
When the Vikings of Minnesota were applying to host the 1992 Super Bowl, they were going through the process.
Yeah.
They had to compete to complete, I should say, a 62-page application. Any franchise trying to get the Super Bowl, they handed you back then a 62-page paper application. Well into the process, many pages deep, there was a whole section about weather conditions for the host city. And one of the questions just simply said mean January temperature, mean meaning average.
Yes.
The answer from the Vikings was simply this. Yes. Mean January temperature.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
When the Super Bowl was, in fact, awarded to Minneapolis, one of the members of the selection committee said that absolutely sealed the deal. They're knee-deep in paperwork. They're reading through it, and somebody came across that, and they all fell out laughing and said, screw it, give it to them.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
There
Brilliant.
we go. Nice.
Good stuff right there.
Well played.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92KQRS.